Hey everyone, Seth Muntz here with Disc Golf Strong. In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of hip mobility in the disc golf throw and how not having good hip mobility can affect your disc golf throw, okay? And a great exercise that will help you regain some of that hip mobility. So, when we're talking about the hips need to have good internal and external rotation. What does that mean? So, if I take my leg here and I pull my toe towards my knee, I straighten my leg, and if I was to rotate my leg in, okay, towards my other foot, that's internal rotation in this hip joint, okay, in this socket. If I was to rotate it out, that's external rotation, okay? So you don't need to remember all that, but in the context of this video, when I talk about internal rotation, it's in, okay, toe towards my other foot, external rotation, my knee and my toe go out. What does that mean to the disc golf throw? Well, let's just say I'm coming from a standing position here to throw a standing backhand. If I come through this way, I am internally rotating on this back hip right here. So this leg is staying still, and when my hips rotate, okay, this leg is rotating internally inside this hip. This one is also starting to rotate. Now, when I come through in the follow through, I'm internally rotating on this hip, okay? Actively rotating on this hip internally. Now, even when I come through on the follow through, still a lot of rotation going on inside that hip. Well, as we get older, okay, and I'm not talking about like, 80, I'm talking about like, teens, 20s, 30s, we are sitting all the time, we start to lose our ability to internally and externally rotate this leg. Well, if I'm coming through on a disc golf throw, and let's say I'm coming the back end, okay, and I come through here, well, my leg, if I can't internally rotate here, I have to rotate somewhere else. My body's going to say, okay, we got to get that movement in. What do I got to do? Oh, I got to twist through my lower spine, okay, my lower back. Or I got to twist extra hard through my knee, okay, or my ankle, right? So that's going to put a lot of stress on the other joints of our body. When I come through here, if I can't internally rotate at all before I spin around on my heel, I'm going to be putting a lot of forces on my back. So that's the importance of internal and external rotation. Now to the exercise. So to get some of that internal rotation and external rotation back, we're going to do this simple exercise you can do at home, okay? It's called the shin box. Now, some of you may know this as like a 90-90 hip stretch, but we're going to call it shin box, okay? So you're going to start with your feet flat on the ground, knees bent, feet about shoulder width apart, so that when I drop my knees to one side, okay, my bottom knee goes, my right knee is touching the bottom of my left foot. And then I'm going to go the other side, okay? And you can start back here depending on how much mobility you already have in your hip, just side to side here. Now I can move to this position, okay? Now in this position, you may notice that you get to here and you're like, okay, I can't sit up. That means you got a lot of restrictions going on in this hip, okay? Because you see here, I can sit up nice and tall, but I work with a lot of people that they come to the side here and they're like, all right, this is as much as I can do, I can't get up. So what I want you to do is come to this position, find your end range where you can't come up anymore, and I want you to do some belly breathing. Now I'm gonna have some other videos talking about the importance of belly breathing and how it can really help your mobility and your strength, your stability, and your disc golf game, okay? But for this video, I just want you to breathe in through your nose, deep into your belly, and then exhale. Take about 3 to 5 breaths here. And then you'd move to the other side. And you may notice that on one side you're able to sit up and on the other side you can't. Okay, that's very common. Or both sides may be restricted. But if you notice one side is more restricted than the other, that's not uncommon. Okay, here, find a position where you can come up. Take some belly breaths, 3 to 5 belly breaths, and just do that a couple repetitions each side until we eventually get to here. Okay, now if you're already at here or you're progressing to here, let's take it the next step forward. So now I'm going to squeeze my glutes, that's these here, okay, these muscles back here. I'm going to drive my hips forward. Then I come down and I can go no hands. Okay, I have pretty good mobility, I work on this, and then I'm going to drive my hips forward on this side. Okay, or I can just take my hands here, push them back if I need that support. Drive through. So now we're starting to engage these glutes and really stretching the front of these hips out. Okay, so that's the importance of internal and external rotation of your hip, why you should do it and how it's going to help your game. Go ahead, try it, try it every day, okay? Add in some belly breaths, get that hip mobility back, the internal and external rotation. It'll really start to help your disc golf game, help you perform better and play, injury-free. So, hope that helps. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and go play disc golf strong.